Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. One of the most important things that, if not the most important thing that we need in order to grow and to evolve and to accomplish the things that we want, to break bad habits, to be more socially confident, is the very thing that we try to ignore. And we'll get to it in just a moment. Just a quick plug. If you like very affordable life coaching over video, my email address is in the description. Send me an email. The consultation is free. The first session is 50% off. There's absolutely no obligation. And it's something that everybody can afford, and it has a huge impact on quality of life. And if you'd like to also support the channel, there's a PayPal link if you'd like to make a donation and help support this channel. That's also greatly appreciated. So the very thing we need, we run from. And what do we need? We need pain. We need suffering. And most people think, what, you're crazy, Steve? Pain and suffering? That's the very thing I don't need. I already have enough pain and suffering. Yes, we do have pain and suffering, but what is our response to it? Most people's response to pain and suffering is to medicate themselves. And I'm not talking about medication, prescription drugs or anything like that. I'm talking about like taking an aspirin. We want to numb ourselves out. So what do? We go to shopping. We go to our phone. We go to the internet. We go to Netflix. We go to social media. Anything to do to distract ourselves from feeling our emotions. Our emotions are one of the most valuable things that we can have that course correct us, that tell us if we're on the right path, tell us we need to change our behavior, punish us when we make stupid decisions or when we're impulsive, when we sabotage our future self by engaging in just short-term immediate gratifications. Pain and suffering, you want to make it your ally. It's your teacher. It's like a solid block of granite, and it helps to you just chisel. Pain and suffering is like that chisel, which helps you to uncover the sculpture within that granite. And it is completely different when you are working towards a non-resistant state towards that pain and suffering. Instead of that pushing away, the resisting, I don't want it, I don't want to feel anxious. Well, that anxiety is sending you a message. If you're feeling anxious about something, let's process it. Let's deal with it. For example, one of my clients is worried about losing his job. And that anxiety is there for a valid reason. Our anxieties have been, through evolution, a very essential ingredient to our ancestors' survival. Our ancestors that weren't anxious didn't survive. And we want to take it and harness it. The negative emotions, we want to harness it and let it push us forward to the things that we want to accomplish in life, to the changes that we want to make. So back to my example. He's worried about losing his job. And his mind is immediately catastrophizing. The worst case scenario, I'm going to lose my job, and with the state of the world today, it's going to be impossible or it's so difficult to find another job. And we just the ball starts rolling, the snowball effect, and it just starts rolling, and things are going to be terrible in the worst case scenario. And so what we want to do is, instead of feeding that, oh my God, yeah, that's right. If I do lose my job, I'm going to be homeless and out in the street, and I'm not going to have food, and da. Let's use that anxiety to come up with a plan. Okay, what are my options? All right, I have some savings. Okay, so I'm not going to be out in the street. I have a social network. I have family. I have friends that will be there for me. Okay, so that creates more relief. I can use that anxiety to motivate me to get my resume or CV up to date and current, and start sending things out. So the anxiety is pushing us for a solution to the problem that is presented before us. But what do most of us do? Most of us go straight to numb that anxiety. We go straight to screens. And that short circuits the ability to take action. And that's what we really want. We want to use our negative emotions as signposts. Now, some of the things that maybe that's outside of that example I gave you was within his control. Maybe there's something outside of your control. And then you want to work on, okay, what is my fear or my worry about something outside of my control? What's that revealing about me? And it's a great opportunity for growth. It could mean, hey, you know what? I need to work on accepting things that are outside of my control, or at least allowing space in my life for things that are outside of my control. And a great format to do all of this, one, I do this very regularly in coaching, so it's very effective if you have somebody who is a neutral third party, not a friend, not a family member. Another supplement or another option is journaling. Journaling is really, really powerful in helping you determine what the problem is, what the fear is, what's making you anxious or feeling down, and then some possible solutions. And it's this dialogue that we have between the two sides of ourselves. The one side that's very worried, fearful, anxious, negative, catastrophizing, and the side that is wiser. We call it wise mind. We all have that intuitive self, the self that has a history of seeing success when we've confronted problems like we're currently confronting. And wise mind can be a great tool, a great resource to come up with a constructive plan. It always eases our mind instead of trying to push it away if we come up with a plan, because then that part of our brain that is really freaking out and worried and stressed can go, okay, you know what? Steve's got this covered. He's got a plan on how to take action and what to do. And it's a way of processing our emotions that most of us tend not to do. And sometimes we do it, maybe sometimes we don't, but it's such an automatic response to numb your emotions, to want to alter your mood through an addiction, through an external source. And that's why we get these repeating behavioral patterns where we procrastinate, we avoid, we get stuck in our comfort zone. All of these things just keep us locked, stunted. It just really stunts our growth. And when you process these perceived negative emotions, it's life-altering and it doesn't hold such a tight grip over you. It's really liberating, and it's a state of non-resistance. It's like having a sense of, it's like a GPS. It gives us feedback on if we're on the right path, if we're not if we're off track, we're on track. And so it really is very empowering, and something that I'd encourage you to write in the comments your experiences. Maybe you've done this in the past where you've been able to process your negative emotions in a healthy way. Please let me know in the comments. What strategies have you used and what successes have you had? The other part of this is I see some of my clients who have big difficulty in dealing with problems and bigger problems in particular, dealing with social anxiety, dealing with when possibly losing their job, dealing with major uncertainty. And one of the things that's a common thread is they have been protected. And what I mean by that is mom or dad has come and bailed them out, or boyfriend or girlfriend has come and helped to rescue them. And we need to suffer the consequences of our actions, because that's really the only way that behavior changes. You see that people in power, whether it be famous people, politicians, actors, actresses, musicians, how do they do some of the things that they do and the scandals that they create, or getting involved with the breaking the law and stuff like that. How does it get to that point? Well, it's because their fame has cushioned them from consequences. Their riches has protected them from retribution or from prison or from legal consequences. And that is really causes the behavior just to continue over and over, these repeated behavioral patterns. Some people that you ask them, hey, how can you keep on making that same mistake over and over and over again? It's because they haven't endured or experienced it's experienced the suffering. And when you experience suffering, it's a great wake-up call. It is, it's like we are highly motivated by pain or pleasure, and we just want to chase the pleasure when the pain is really critical to developing as a whole human being. All right, thanks for watching, and look forward to your comments. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy the channel. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Bye-bye.